Hi, Professor. We are from Team Security Breaches. Myself, I am Ramakrishna, and today Manasa is joining with me, and our teammates are Jansi and Priyanka. Our topic is about access control in IoT nodes. Basically, access control enables just an individual who has been granted permission to use a resource. And also, access control in IoT nodes has a primary goal of protecting the entire IoT infrastructure, like including the common communication between IoT devices and also cloud computing and fog nodes. Access control varies from according to system and the user. In IoT, there are two forms of access control. The first one is centralized access control, and the second one is distributed access control. Whereas the first one is user in the first one, like centralized access control, the user access devices through a cloud-based access control server that grants the request and relays data between the user and the computer. Whereas in distributed access control, the server issues a token number of allowing a user allowing them to communicate with the computer directly. Uh, in IoT, the IoT is the latest big thing all over the world. It is a mainstream or IoT is the bigger latest big thing all over the world. It is a mainstream creativity that is closest to the personal lifestyle, like machine to machine communication and also cloud computing and sensor gathering systems. The defining characteristics of IoT is that it intends to make everything brilliant, from light bulb to train stations. The IoT is a management of physical objects with embedded hardware that allows them to communicate with one another and detect interactions with outside the world. IoT based innovation will offer advanced levels of services in coming years, and also we will fundamentally alter how people live their lives. Here and next and coming to the next, here we are introducing about IoT. The IoT is a network of physical objects such as gadgets, cars, structures, and other objects that are equipped with hardware programming and sensors, and also device availability, allowing them to collect and exchange data. The IoT allows devices to be detected and managed remotely through existing systems, allowing for more direct incorporation of physical environment into PC based frameworks, resulting in increased effectiveness, precision, and also financial benefit. The presence of information technologies, real-time analytics, machine learning, commodity sensors, and also embedded systems has influenced the concept of IoT. Embedded systems, wireless sensor networking, control systems, automation, including home and building automation, and other traditional fields, all contribute IoT connectivity. Today, creative worlds have added to the standards of managing anything imaginable for the ease of use for everyday life. Security appear in home appliance is home automation, a process of performing a job without intervention of human being is also known as home automation. Design of capability based on access control, and also our approach is given in the further slides. Here the process of decision is given in the divided into five different types. The first one comes is check the validity of token. In this, the system checks the field of NA, NB, and 2 for validity. And if the token is invalid, the request is denied. And with the second one is check if the action is permitted. In this, each of the AC access rights is validated by the systems. And the third one is check that the actions are fulfilled. Each resource permissions are validated by the systems. And the fourth one is check the validity of the signature. Here, the computer verifies the token signature by recalculating the signature and also comparing it to the token signature. Coming to the last one, check the legitimacy of user. Here, access is allowed if all the acts are approved. Here is the architecture related to that. from now, my teammate Manasa will be continuing it.
Hello, Professor. Myself, Mansa. So today I will be explaining about the access control architecture.
Manasa, can you share your screen?
Yeah, sure. So firstly, there are three basic approaches in the architecture, that is a centralized, hybrid, and distributed approach. So coming to the central approach, we basically have all the access control logic that is externalized into a central body, wherein it filters the access requests based upon the authorized policies in the specific approach. And as the information provides, the end devices have a limited function. This method is exemplified by a scenario in which a server receives a request from the mobile user, the requested access to an end device, which in return it produces a token containing the authorization or a denial, and it sends to the user. So in this way, at the end, it receives to the user, and which is out of all the approaches, this approach is said to be as a useful one. Wherein, coming to the hybrid approach, the end devices are active participants in the access control decision as seen in the diagram below. In the method, a server receives a request from a mobile user who wants to access an end device, and it examines the contextual information given by the end device. And at the end, it determines whether it to approve or deny the access, which is generated by a token containing permission or a refusal. And at the end, it sends to the mobile user. This method also has few issues in it, wherein it as a with the end device's ability to take the contextualized information and into an account at the precise moment. Coming to the distributed approach, the end device is a smart thing in distributed architecture that can get process and then it sends to the other services and the devices. Without the involvement of the central entities, the devices will make the authorized decisions. Coming to the distributed approach, this method has a unique characteristics and it is better suited to the IoT scenarios and the architectures. And coming lastly to the conclusion, in the Internet of the Things, that is IoT, it is a rapidly developing technology area that offers end users a variety of the cost-effective and reliable and a simple to use applications as well as the services. Protection, on the other hand, is a major concern as the IoT systems become more widely deployed. Because of the technical advancements and in the market demand to the connected devices such as smartphones, the Internet of Things future is practically limitless. People and machines can now be linked ashore and in the air and on the grounds thanks to the Wi-Fi which we have in the latest world. The Internet of Things can significantly increase data supply and likely to revoke the business and as well as the organizations in the nearby every sector on the planet. Thank you so much, Professor, and this is the information about our project. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor.